Hi everyone, this is your telecom instructor and today we will talk about Address Resolution Protocol ARP. In the computer network basic video, we did talk about encapsulation. Remember, during the encapsulation, the PCA need to add a number of headers to ensure that the file will be properly delivered to PCB. In this example, PCA try to send a file to PCB. During the encapsulation, the PCA may not know the PCB MAC address. Therefore, the PCA won't be able to send a file. In order to be able to send a file, the PCA will make use of the ARP to discover the PCB MAC address. ARP is stands for Address Resolution Protocol and was defined in 1982. And if you want to know more about ARP, you can simply consult RFC 826. ARP was designed to allow the sender to discover the destination MAC address. ARP is a request response protocol, and to be more specific, let's say the PCA want to discover the PCB MAC address. So the PCA will start broadcasting the ARP request to all the PC in the network. So the PCA will probably say, "Hi PCB, I'm PCA and please tell me what is your MAC address." So the PCB will receive, then the PCB will reply to say, this is my MAC address. So whenever the PCA will receive the ARP reply, it will automatically know what is the PCB MAC address. In this presentation, we're going to talk about two specific scenarios. For the scenario 1, the sender and the target host are located on the same network or same LAN. And in scenario 2, the sender and the target host are located in different LAN. In the scenario 1, Bob, Alice, and Nina belong to the same network. Let's say Bob would like to ping Nina PC. We will talk about the ping which use ACMP protocol in another training section. But basically the ping is used to test the host reachability. Bob will open the command prompt and we enter ping 192.168.1.10. At this moment, Bob PC will start the encapsulation by adding the IP header, which is source and destination IP. And then when we move to the MAC header, it seems Bob doesn't know what is the MAC address of Nina. So if you check the ARP table of Bob PC, you will see the Bob PC ARP table is empty. So what the Bob PC is gonna do is gonna send the ARP request to discover Nina MAC address. So Bob will start preparing the ARP broadcast. He say, "Hello everyone, I am 1.2. Who has 1.10?" So it will broadcast on the whole network. Of course, everyone will receive it. Once Nina will receive the ARP request, she will say, "Oh, someone is looking for me. So I need to respond with my MAC address." So she will prepare the ARP reply with the MAC address PPPP and send it back to Bob. Once Bob receives the ARP reply, he will first copy the ARP entry in his ARP table. Then we can continue the encapsulation because now we know what is Nina's MAC address. So we had the Nina MAC address as a destination address, and then we finish with the source address, which is Bob PC MAC address. So remember, before we send this frame out, we need to convert into bit in the physical layer before we send it to Nina. So we have a echo request, which is ping request sent to Nina, and then Nina will respond with a ping reply. So you can see the ping succeed. So basically, the ARP is used to discover what is your target MAC address. Before we move to the second scenario, we need to have a very short demonstration of how the scenario 1 works in the real world. The demonstration is going to be very simple. Let's say Bob PC, which is 1.2, would like to ping Nina PC, which is 1.10. Before we start the ping process, let's check Bob PC ARP table. So we enter ARP -A. So you can probably see in the ARP table, we have no 1.10. That means Bob PC doesn't have Nina PC MAC address. So now let's start the ping process by typing ping 192.168.10. So whenever we enter, you can see the ping, there is a ping reply. And if we check back again, ARP-A, you can probably see there is an entry of 1.10 and followed by the MAC address, which represents Nina MAC address. Let's stop the log and try to check out the log, which is pretty interesting. So whenever you check a log, you can probably see the package 24 is represented requested by Bob PC 1.2 to ask what is 1.10. The sender is trying to ask for 1.10 MAC address. So you can see the target MAC address is 000. That means I'm asking for this one. I don't know what is the MAC address. Could you please tell me the MAC address? So you can see in the package 25, the Nina's PC trying to give a response back. So after Bob receive the Nina's MAC address, now we can start the ping process and then we can finish with our encapsulation. As you can see, remember we have the IP header followed by MAC address header. So you can probably see everything is working properly. Now, let's look at the scenario number 2. The only difference between the scenario 1 and 2 is that the sender and the target are located on different network. Let's say Bob wants to ping 8.8.8.8, which is located outside of the network. For this reason, Bob PC will need the help of a gateway to be able to send the request to the destination. So before we send the request, let's check the Bob PC ARP table. So when we check the ARP cache, Bob PC doesn't have 1.1, which is a gateway, because remember, we need to know the gateway MAC address, because the gateway is going to help to forward the request to the destination. Now, Bob PC, we can initiate the ARP request to ask for gateway MAC address. So the ARP request will be broadcast in the whole network. Finally, the gateway will receive it and we say, oh, someone is looking for me, someone needs my help. So I need to reply with my MAC address. So the gateway will reply with MAC address and then say to Bob, this is my MAC address. Bob PC will then copy this MAC address in the ARP cache. And then we can start the encapsulation. Remember, the encapsulation is exactly the same like the scenario 1. We have a ping request. We need to add the IP header and then followed by the MAC header. The destination IP is 8.8.8 and then the source is 1.2, which is Bob PC. And then we have no problem to add the MAC header because we know exactly what is the gateway MAC address. Now the encapsulation is done. So we need to convert the whole frame into bit before we can send it out to the destination. So you can see now all the ping has been converted into bit, and then we can send it to the gateway first, and then the gateway will then help to forward the request to the destination, and then we can receive a reply back. So remember, the scenario 1 and 2 is work actually like the same, but the only difference is that the host is located outside. We need to know the gateway MAC address before we can send it. Remember, ARP has too many security issues because we don't have any authentication in ARP protocol. What is going to happen? We can have many attacks taking place. So this attack is going to be described in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like a video, don't forget to subscribe and take care. Bye.